Dr. Diane Hamilton is back with us, and we talk about the Curiosity Code assessment as something completely new based on new technology. And we talk about technology on the segment before. So if you want to know where we start, you can see the link below. And today we're going to talk about fear. We have 7 basic micro expressions and emotions. And fear is a cold expression, has to do with fight, flight, or froze. So I'm extremely personally curious why you choose fear. Dr. Diane Hamilton, welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me here, Susan. I think that fear was one I expected to be one of the top things that held us back from being curious, because nobody likes to look stupid. Nobody wants to look unprepared. There's all this that we've had in the past that maybe have shut us down. As you know, I had Dr. Paul Ekman on the show. He talked about all the different micro expressions we have. Fear is one of those things that we all experience. It's very common to freeze or fly, to be that sense of, I don't want to deal with this, and panic, right? And so I think a lot of leaders cause us to have that sense, even though they don't do it intentionally. Think about the leaders who say things like, don't come to me with problems unless you have solutions. Well, that's going to shut people down who don't have the capability of creating the solutions. I mean, it sounded great when we first heard it, because we're thinking we're getting rid of all the whiners that are complaining about stuff. But we really want the solutions, of course, but we have to know about the problems. I've had a leader tell me, when I said I didn't know how to do something, he looked at me and he said, well, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Well, that's going to shut me down, because I'm going to think he thinks I'm stupid, or he thinks my boss who trained me was stupid, or, whatever it is. And that causes people a sense of fear for the next time. They're going to lie, not to tell you they don't know the answer. They're going to do certain things that in response to what their experience is, that's caused them this sense of dread. And, we're all in meetings where you think of a question and you think, I don't want to ask this. I'm going to be the dumb one if I ask this. Everybody else probably knows it. So you lean next to Bob, you go, hey, Bob, why don't you ask them XYZ question, right? It's better for Bob to look stupid, because we don't want that. And it can be as heavy duty as a, full fear, or it could be just this, nagging, like, I don't want to look dumb, but it all kind of falls into that area of how we're perceived, and we don't want that perception. I think it's got to be modeled, though, by leadership. And sometimes if they don't see leaders being vulnerable and asking questions and say, hey, I don't know everything, I hire people around me and they help me, and showing that vulnerability helps people ask questions, because you've showed it's not off limits. And to make sure that people know that you expect that is really important.